Hello everyone, this is Julie with Craft with Julie, and this is our last stamping technique in my technique series. We've been celebrating all month long with Close to My Heart's Stamptacular sale. Close to My Heart has all of their stamps and all of their stamps with thin cuts on sale until the end of the month. So we got like a day left. So if there's any of those sets you have your eye on, you want to hop online, juliescott.closetomyheart.com, and grab those before the end of the month. We have I can't believe how fast April's gone. Like, I thought we can get these videos done in no time, but here we are, almost the last day of the month, getting our last technique in. So we have talked about solid stamping, second generation stamping, random stamping, rock and roll stamping, ombre, and then today we're going to talk about masking. Masking can be anything by cutting like an extra stamped image to cover up certain parts of the image that you don't want stamped. You can use scratch paper with acrylic stamps. Okay, I know this is probably a no-no, but with acrylic stamps you can carefully cut them apart if you need to. I have done it myself, but be very careful. That's another way of doing it. You can also cover part of the image with like a sticky note, which we're going to do today. There's a lot of ways to mask for stamping to get different colors and images within the same stamped area, I guess, if that makes sense. Like stamping next to, let me just read this to you. It says, create a mask by cutting out an extra stamped image or using a piece of scratch paper. Cover the stamped image with the mask and then stamp the next image on the project over the mask. So if you want to layer stamps on top of each other, that is a really great way to do that as well. So this is the project that I'm going to show you how to mask on today. This, I thought this was the perfect graduation card. I have a niece and a nephew graduating from college this year, and they will be getting these in the mail from Auntie Julie. And it says grit, and then it has a noun, and then a mix of hard work, consistency, and hustle. And this stamp set actually comes from the More Than You'll Ever Know stamp set that is part of the Close to My Heart's National Scrapbooking Day celebration. It comes in a kit with our mixed-in paper. Let me show you this really quick. This is the paper I used for this project. It is gorgeous. I love the designs, and they are so on trend with what you'll see in the stores and even like clothing right now. So you have the blues and the toffee, the tan color, and then of course it's double-sided, so I'll flip it over and show you what the other side looks like. Polka dots, and then this is something Close to My Heart hasn't done before in a mix-in paper packet, is the tags. And this really pretty blue all comes in the mix-in paper packet that comes with this stamp set, and it's available now, and you can find it under promotions on my website, juliescott.closetomyheart.com, under National Scrapbooking Day. This stamp set only comes in the bundle, but this paper packet will be available starting May 1st. It's our May-June mix-in paper packet. So there you go. Side note of what we're using today. Okay, so how I created this card, let me move my chart over, and use the masking is I want to stamp grit in the black, but then the noun in bluebell. So I'm going to grab, I need the squishy in the stamp set. So this foam piece that comes in your stamp set, there's a purpose. It helps you get a nice clean image. And I have bluebell ink and black ink. Oh, disorganized. Here we go. So So here's my black ink, and I am going to ink it up. I'm going to grab my, I'm going to kind of decide where I want my grit to be. And then I'm going to lay down, let's see, I think right there. And then I'm going to lay down my Post-it note. Like, what is this called? It left me. Okay, so let's ink this guy up. He's more of a solid stamp, so we got to make sure that we get a nice even coverage on there. And then I'm going to stamp it. Actually, the R needs a little bit more. I need to re-ink my black, obviously, because I use black all the time. I need to put that on my list. And I'm just going to lay that down right there. And then when I peel this up, that noun is no longer showing. Then I can flip it over to do the bottom part. I'm going to clean this stamp off because we don't want that black on there anymore. I'm just using a stamp chamois to clean that off. And I'll just ink that up, make sure I get the grit part, not the grit, the noun part, and then that line, just like that. So now you have those two different colors using the one stamp. Okay, whoop, there we go. Isn't that cool? And then the definition, I want to just stamp in Bluebell. Bluebell is Close to My Heart's color of the year, so you've probably seen it a lot this year. It's one of my favorite colors of the year. That and mint. We had mint one year, and that one was really good, and we still have mint. It came back. Bluebell seriously matches like everything. I have loved it. Okay, so now we have those two things stamped. Again, we bring in our extra pieces. And here is our card base. And I cut this lined paper. It kind of reminds me of school paper out of that Mix-in paper packet. I'm going to add that to the card base. These colors kind of remind me of like gender neutral graduation, so I thought they would work really well with this stamp set as well, obviously because it came in the same kit. Like I'm giving myself credit for figuring it out. I didn't. I just used what came in the kit. Okay, so here's Bluebell. Oh, wow. And I'm going to stick that in the center. Then I cut some black cardstock, just a teensy bit bigger than my white, just so that black kind of peeks out and makes the sentiment pop. And I also did that with the definition. And this stamp set, like I got it, I love the paper and I love the workshop that Close to My Heart is doing with it, but I loved all of the sayings on this stamp set. There's the grit that we're working with, and then there's nothing is impossible. The word itself says I'm possible. And then this one I think is my most favorite. I'm going to make some cards with this as well. It says, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you will ever know. Isn't that the most beautiful card? I can't wait to make some cards with that. Okay, I'm just going to add that to the card base, just leaving a little bit of that Bluebell peeking through. And then back to the stamp set, there's all these fun stars and dots and diamonds and these arrows, and then of course believe on there too. So it's a really, I really just got that whole thing for that stamp set. Okay, I just cut some really, let's see, 1 inch by 1/2 inch pieces, and I'm just going to dovetail them. And I just dovetail by snipping up the center and then meeting it on the corners. So snip up the center, meet with the corners. And this is a zip strip. What I mean by zip strip is on the top of all of our pattern paper, it tells you like what the paper is, and then the coordinating colors. And then on the back side is an extra little design, which we call a zip strip. So this little plaid guy, oh, I'm going to do the dots first. The plaid guy was a zip strip, and then this was actually in the pattern, the polka dots. And you know, I am a sucker for polka dots. Okay, I'm just going to tuck that in and kind of pull those up just a little bit so they kind of wave at you. Isn't that cute? Perfect little graduation card, or even just congratulations on like your job promotion or someone that's been working really hard. There's a lot of great people you could send this card to. So that is masking. Hopefully that made sense. Hopefully I didn't confuse you too much. But I love the easy way that you can just mask that off to get different colors on the same stamp set. Also, you could stamp an image and then cut it out and then stamp an image right next to it to kind of do like a layered look. So there's a lot of fun things you can do with masking. So let me know if you have any questions. This technique chart actually came from close to my heart. So if you would like a copy of this chart, you can just email me at julie@craftwithjulie.com, and I am happy to send that along to you. And if you missed any of the stamping videos, you can find them on the Craft with Julie Facebook or Craft with Julie on YouTube. I've put them in both spots, so you should be able to find them. Thank you so much for joining me for this fun stamping technique journey. It's been fun learning the different techniques. Some I didn't know about really before, like the ombre. I haven't used it before, but it's really fun. I'm going to continue to use these techniques in my crafting. So thanks again for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.